There's a lot of controversy about the idea of selling LNG. There's two different markets. There's the West Coast market to Asia. There's also an East Coast market to Europe and potentially India and other trade routes. The one thing I think we have to realize is, as Canadians, we have this geopolitical advantage. So it's a comparative advantage in the Adam Smith economics sense. And our comparative advantage is, not only do we have enormous resources because of an enormous country and a relatively small population, so we don't need these resources for ourselves. We have a lot of stuff other people want, and we're a responsible producers. We're not only that, we're a trusted partner. You can count on us to live up to our contracts. You can count on us to develop our resources in a way that is responsible towards the environment. You can just count on us, and also we have excess. Most people in the world don't. Our other big advantage, I think people don't think about a lot, is the trade route. We have the shortest trade routes to the world's biggest economies. So obviously, United States, we're closer than anybody to them for that. We already well supply that market, but we are way closer to Japan, South Korea, and North China than their current suppliers, which come from Qatar, Papua New Guinea, and Australia. The other thing on the East Coast is that, Norway, obviously closer than us, but outside of Europe itself, we're the next closest supplier. So it's hard to see this on a Mercator projection map, but the Port of Quebec or the ports in New Brunswick are half as far, or let me put it another way, Qatar is double the distance to Hamburg than we are, double the distance. If you just look at a map, it looks similar, but in fact, it's double the distance. The United States, which is a current supplier to Europe, is at least 50% further when you move from Louisiana. So we have this short trade route and excess resources and this enormous advantage. And of course, why aren't we taking advantage of that? It's because of our internal politics. And I think one of the most dramatic examples of this is the Repsol project in New Brunswick. And as I said, New Brunswick is half the distance to Hamburg, Germany, that Qatar is, and probably 50% closer than Louisiana, both of whom have long-term contracts supplying Germany today. Why wouldn't we supply it out of New Brunswick? Well, it's not because LNG in New Brunswick wouldn't be cheaper, and also more environmentally friendly, probably. It's because of our internal politics in Canada. We can't get the gas from Western Canada to New Brunswick economically because you can't build pipelines in this country economically. And of course, when it came out from TC Energy that they would need material upgrades to the pipeline to move sufficient gas to New Brunswick, Repsol decided, well, there's no way we are going to economically be able to upgrade and build pipelines to get gas from Alberta to New Brunswick. So we have to give up. And a lot of reports have made the impression, LNG from New Brunswick is not economic. But the Repsol statement was very clear. It wasn't economic to get gas to New Brunswick inside Canada. This was an internal Canadian problem. Once the gas was in New Brunswick, it's for sure more economic. We have internal issues getting projects approved. In 2015, we as a resource nation, having what the world wants in a responsible way, had an opportunity in the world markets for LNG. America was exporting zero LNG in 2015. Today, it's the largest exporter in the world, competitive with even bigger than Qatar, the next biggest. Canada is still working to finish its first LNG project. So this is completely a question of us getting in our own way and letting the world down, I think, because not only are we going to provide them with the economical resource, but we would be right now replacing, whether it's coal in China, who is putting on 1 or 2 coal-fired plants, I think it's per week, or we would be replacing that Russian gas and, in effect, German coal in Germany. We could be doing that right now today for the global planet, while doing a great thing for Canadians in terms of our economy and jobs at the same time. I think the benefit to Canada is that we would be the supplier of choice and be doing a great thing for the global environment and the global economy and global energy security all at the same time.